Today on the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries, Wade is venturing out to a new bow stand that he's yet to hunt from.
Getting ready to head to the stand to a bow hunt. We've got the rut going on right now. We're kind of at the end of it, in my opinion. One of my favorite techniques in any type of a situation where I know there's does that are still looking to be bred is to use VS1 and a sink stick. I'll actually fill this all the way up, and and when you smell VS1, you know what you're smelling. It's a doe in heat. And then I'll spill a little bit of it on my pants, whatever's left over. I'll use it to hike into the stand. I'll leave this wick open all the way, so they're basically everywhere I go, there's something trailing me. I mean, it's just like I'm a doe walking through there. You can see all that scent, how it's coming out of there. So we're gonna ease into the stand. Got a pretty good hike this morning, climb up pretty high, see if we can't get lucky. We're trying to get into a stand that frankly I had never hunted in the early morning, but I was going in pretty relaxed, and as we're walking in, I don't know, 30, 40, 50, 60 turkeys go blasting out of the tree. We're climbing up, making all the noise that, it sounded like 14 people trying to climb up there. And we got situated about 30 minutes before daybreak, and we're just sitting there, and there's no more peaceful time of the day, really, when you're in a tree stand and you're waiting for the sun to come up, and you can hear the footsteps, and you can hear birds around you start to wake up. I mean, that's one of the best times of the day. I mean, I had decided before we got there, this is the time of year I like to rattle. And now most of my rattling I like to do on the ground in a very aggressive run and gun style. But in this particular situation, I thought, you know what, we're gonna get down in this bottom. It is a great oak bottom. It's kind of an old drain that comes off some mesquite flats up there, and I'm gonna rattle. Sound's gonna carry off in a lot of different directions and a lot of different areas that we see a lot of deer in. We see a lot of chasing that time of the year. I start banging away on the antlers as loud as I could, and it wasn't long until you could hear the scurrying of rocks behind us and to the side of us, and we had several bucks coming into range. You're looking at an old fighter, an old bruiser, an old brawler when his entire main beam has broke off about 2 inches, above his forehead. And then you look at the other main beam, and it's just, kind of a part of a main beam, and the G4 is gone, the G3 is gone, the G2 is still there. And he just was looking for a fight. He wanted to fight me after the rattling, and he was looking around at every deer out there and wanting to fight them. And that to me is pretty cool, because we got the reaction. We drew them in, and then they start feeding around in that area. There's some posturing going on. There's chasing of some does. A few more young bucks, were milling around, and it was just a pretty peaceful morning sitting up there. We set up here this morning. Boy, we made a lot of noise getting in. I think anybody at home can relate to that. Sometimes you just make a lot of noise. There was turkeys actually roosted right here that took off, and we got up in the stand, got settled in, and let the morning kind of clear out a little bit. And I hit the antlers, and we had 2 or 3 good deer come running in with a couple other bucks posturing, chasing some does. So it was definitely a good set. We're gonna get on out of here now and try to get back in a little while later, because I feel like these deer are gonna be up on their feet most of the day. But right now my tummy's growling. I'm gonna go fill it and then come back.
Wade heads back out to the 4-way bow stand where he sat the previous morning. The stand showed all kinds of promise, so Wade hopes he'll get lucky in the afternoon.
This is back where we were the other day. Started here that morning, snuck in here in the dark, jumped about 50 turkeys. You can see turkey sign all over the place right here. It's a big creek that's running right here. This is a giant flat over here, and I'm gonna try to rattle again, because when we rattled the other morning, rattled in several bucks, it just came running. So we'll see what we can get done. We got in here a little bit late, honestly. It's 3:17. I'd like to have gotten here about 2 o'clock. Got an overcast day, a little mist in the air. Toward the end of the rut, no wind at all. Gonna have to be pretty stealthy to get drawn today, but that's okay. We're gonna do a little late season bow hunting. So get it set up, climb up in the stand, and hopefully we'll find something to shoot at here in a minute. I don't know, the conditions were perfect. It's about upper 40s, maybe low 50s. There's a little mist in the air. It feels like that one of those afternoons that anything can happen. And I start banging on the antlers, and deer are kind of coming out, and it's almost a repeat of the morning a couple of days ago, where, you know, this busted up 8-point, you know, comes in, and the same buck that we rattled in that was missing his main beam, he shows up, and all these other little bucks show up. And you know, when you've got that kind of traffic, you know, coming in from every angle after you've rattled like that, something else is going to happen. I knew that busted up deer liked to fight. I mean, he came in before. Obviously, he's broke all his antlers off from fighting, and he starts sidestepping. He starts pinning his ears back. He starts puffing up, and the deer he's puffing up to is an older, mature 8-point that I've kind of got my eyes on, that I really hadn't, you know, had a good look at. And he's off to the right side of me over there, and we're about 20 feet up. And I mean, when they got, you know, I can't see the initial battle, but I can hear the initial battle, and then you can see it all unfolding. At this point, I've only been up in the stand about an hour and 15 minutes. There's been a few small bucks come in. This giant fight has broken out. The busted up antlered deer has been run off. He's blowing off in the distance. He's snort wheezing. He's making all kind of commotion. And that 8-point, he is as puffed up and as mad. I mean, he's wanting to thrash anybody that's out there at this point. When we glanced over to the left, and what's coming out of the brush is just a magnificent, perfect 10-point. I'm looking at the 10 at this point here, and I'm kind of thinking, wow, this deer, he's on a path that's going to lead him from my left, from my right, 13 to 15 yards from the stand if he stays on the same course. The wind couldn't be better. I know Kevin's got the perfect footage already. And I've actually, placed a Garmin Verb out about 22 to 25 yards in front of me on that very shooting lane, aiming back at us, in a perfect vision, in a perfect dream, in a perfect world. And when I first sat in this stand back in the summer, I thought, if a deer walks behind that tree, left to right or right to left, what a perfect place to draw. What a perfect place to draw. And that deer is just steadily coming across that trail. Down. He's already done. As a bow hunter, that's the most great feeling you could ever have. Man, the shot was only literally 13, 14 yards. We set up here last night or yesterday morning. Wow. We set up here yesterday morning and rattled in that busted one. And they got to fighting. They got to doing everything. I've never seen that deer on scouting camera. I don't know where he came from. I mean, I saw the other deer looking up there that were wrestling and fighting. And I mean, there's so much going on in this creek. And he just came in, he stopped, he posed, cleared the whole area. He smoked him. He smoked him. I didn't even know what to do. I'm so excited when I make a great shot. And that was a perfect shot. That deer didn't go. I mean, it's 5 yards. I mean, it's 5 yards from the shot. Wow. I've done this a long time, and that just, I mean, you talk about being shook up. I mean, that shakes you up right there. I think Kevin's gonna have a heart attack over there. Wow. I mean, there's no tracking. There's no tracking. Cabela's Fortitude bow right there. I'm shooting about 67 pounds on it. I mean, it's flying fast. I'm shooting an ACC Cabela's bow, arrow with an Instinct broadhead, and I mean, that's the result. I mean, that's a mature deer. He's run down. You can see his hocks from here. They're just dirty. I mean, golly. Can't believe that. I mean, wow. 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 Golly. What a great buck. Thank you, buddy. What a great hunt. As a bow hunter, to just walk that short a distance and put your hands on the antlers of such a great animal, and know that it's not only going to feed everybody for a while, but you're going to have, be able to share the story and share the moment with friends and families and viewers out there. I mean, it's just, it's one of those deals that you just almost, I can't find all the words to put it together, because that was a pretty special afternoon of hunting there, and that's I just don't, that's one of those ones it's gonna be hard to beat just from the hunt experience itself. I always hate to say some things are perfect, but I think that was about as perfect of an afternoon of deer hunting as I could draw up.